28-year-old Darius Lewis is accused of firing a gun at burglars outside his apartment when a stray bullet fatally struck 29-year-old Bethany Mefford. The shooting occurred at around 2:30 a.m. on Wednesday the 10th of May at an apartment complex located at 14807 Woodland Hills in Humble, Texas. 3 people were allegedly breaking into vehicles in the parking lot, trying to steal catalytic converters. Investigators said that Darius, who lives in the unit across the parking lot from Bethany, went outside with a gun and fired multiple times at the suspects. While Bethany was asleep, a stray bullet penetrated the exterior wall of her apartment, fatally striking her in the head. Darius claims he fired at the ground to scare the burglars, but detectives say evidence at the scene doesn't support that. Deputies who responded to the parking lot located the thieves, who were found inside a red car. 2 adults and a juvenile were taken into custody. Bethany's boyfriend did not realise that she had been shot until around 6 a.m. after he went into a room and found her unresponsive. He called 911 when medics arrived and pronounced her dead at the scene. Bethany leaves behind 3 children, all under 8 years old. Darius was arrested and charged with manslaughter and is held at the Harris County Jail on a $75,000 bond. Darius has a criminal history that includes misdemeanors for trespassing and evading arrest, and a felony for possession of drugs. If he posts bond, he must not have any weapons and must wear a GPS monitor. 34-year-old Brandon Johnson is behind bars after fatally shooting 35-year-old Amord Harrell. At 12:21 a.m. on Wednesday the 10th of May, authorities responded to a home at 659 Paul Street in Macon, Georgia on reports of a domestic disturbance. When officers entered the premises, they found Amord unresponsive with a gunshot wound, and he was pronounced dead at the scene by the Bibb County coroner. Authorities learned that Brandon pulled a gun and shot Amord after the two got into a heated argument. It's unclear what the argument was about. Brandon is charged with murder and is held at the Bibb County Law Enforcement Center without bail. A 38-year-old man is behind bars and is accused of fatally shooting a 20-year-old woman. At 11:38 p.m. on Tuesday the 9th of May, police responded to the 1300 block of Lily Street in Fort Wayne, Indiana, after receiving reports of shots fired in the area. When officers arrived at the scene, they located an unresponsive young woman at the rear of a residence near an alley with a gunshot wound. Medics arrived shortly thereafter and pronounced the woman dead. The Allen County Coroner's Office later identified the victim as Kira Aaron Zepke. Her cause of death was determined to be a gunshot wound to the chest and her manner of death a homicide. Authorities identified 38-year-old Stephen Atkins as a suspect, and on Wednesday the 10th of May, he was arrested. He's charged with murder and parole violation, and he's held at the Allen County Jail without bond. Authorities have not disclosed the events leading to the shooting or a motive in the attack. The relationship between the victim and the suspect is unclear, as the investigation into the matter continues.